manufactured goods. Nokip Kimboy, KTN News.
All right, and moving on to matters trade. Now, the Sri Lankan High Commissioner has urged Kenyans to be more competitive to make sure that they increase their exports. Speaking at the export processing zone, the High Commissioner said that they are looking to create employment for 40,000 more Kenyans. Esther Diana has more details.
Sri Lankan investors have expressed their optimism towards the growth of bilateral trade between Kenya and Sri Lanka. The export processing zone, which houses various manufacturing companies, employs about 80,000 Kenyans directly, out of which 20,000 are employed by the Sri Lankan companies. And according to the High Commission, Mr. Kannanathan, they will be employing more than 40,000 Kenyans across the country.
These investors are training your Kenyan girls, training our Kenyan daughters. When they train, they are transferring the skills. Tomorrow, if they leave this place, they can go to their village, they can take a machine and they can do their own business. So that is more important than the employment. Getting the salary, that is more important. They are getting the skills. From that skills, they do their own business. Tomorrow they leave the factory, they go to the village, they start their own business.
The Export Processing Zone Board Chairman Ben Oluoch says Kenya will continue to put incentives in place to attract investors and bridge Kenya's trade deficit with countries such as Sri Lanka.
The reason the investors from Sri Lanka have come across to Kenya is because of the very good business environment that they find under the Export Processing Zone initiative. They have incentives to invest here. They have a tax holiday. They find that there's a good infrastructural development, and the Kenyan workforce is young. We have a very young Kenyan workforce, and they are highly educated and highly skilled.
And you know, all these factories are here because of the AGOA initiative and the conducive environment which Kenya has offered to the investors. They have given very good facilities, very friendly, and they are friendly to investors. Based on that, we have 3 big factories here which is employing more than 20,000 Kenyans in this zone where you are standing.
Despite the optimism, statistics show that the trade deficit between the two countries continues to grow. For instance, according to data from the Sri Lankan Export Development Board, Sri Lanka's exports to Kenya increased by 46.31% in 2021, with a total export value of 4.79 billion shillings. Imports from Kenya to Sri Lanka also increased by 6.39% and were valued at 549.6 million shillings during the same period.
This market is a very competitive market. So globally it's very competitive. So whatever possible way, we are trying to assist Kenya to export from here to Sri Lanka, whatever the items, whatever possible. We are both in tea trade. You are the highest tea exporter and we have the best quality of the tea. So we are also working on the tea trade, how to improve each other.
The main exports to Kenya from Sri Lanka are woven fabrics, cartons, boxes and bags, yarn and other textile products, paper products, animal feed products, electrical and electronic products, among others. Main imports from Kenya to Sri Lanka are tea, pharmaceutical products, vegetable textile fibers, buttons, cut flowers and woven fabrics, among others.
Thank you.
For KTN News, I'm Dombi Esther Diana.
All right, moving on to matters agricultural value.